Okay, it died for like a second, but I say as superintendent of this city, I'm going to speak anyway.
Now, hold it. You had an opportunity for that motion. The second wasn't given.
But you don't have to allow me to speak. I chair this thing.
You absolutely chair.
That's why I was here, because the way I gave it to the... Huh?
You're not going to follow the procedure the state says and have a motion and a second and make the vote like we're supposed to, we don't have to stay.
Well, go on. Go ahead. What I got to say, I'm going to say it anyway.
There was not a second. Continue on with we're going through it.
I'm going to break this law.
If it died, Mayor Holder, understand something.
Hush.
Mayor Holder, if you're not going to abide
Do I
by
need
the law,
to get him to get out of here?
I would.
Mayor, I think what you're saying.
This is what this is about, is lack of respect from me.
Mayor Holder.
Lack of respect. I'm going to tell you like you told me the other day. This is not your conversation.
Mayor Holder, this is my conversation. This is a board meeting of the board of the city of Lumberton. So let's do it properly.
All right, I'm going on and speak. If you don't care to listen, you may leave.
Mayor Holder.
I'm going to speak
Again,
anyway.
if we're going to follow the protocol, and we've done it continually for a year, and you've made it known to us the things
Okay, we're going to follow the protocol. Why
Why
did I get a new agenda this afternoon?
Mayor Holder, I don't have
to add what did not take place.
It was some stuff was on here. It was all.
follow through, Mayor Holder.
Okay, I'm following through. The first thing, I'm going to give you the good news. Okay. Fifth Avenue Park is complete.
Mayor Holder. Hold on. Mayor Holder.
Jim, what is your problem?
We all have an agenda, Mayor Holder. Let's go through with the agenda, and let's finish up.
The agenda said to allow Mayor Holder to address the public. You mean I have a board and I'm the superintendent, control of all the offices and affairs of this city, and I'm not allowed to speak?
Again, Mayor Holder.
To the citizens. Then when I campaigned, what did I say? Keep you informed.
That's what we want.
Transparency. Fifth Avenue is complete with the time frame and in compliance with the CDBG grant.
I'm going to ask one more time, Mayor Holder.
And I'm going to say no.
And I'll ask it this way. And listen, I mean all respect in the world, but if we're going to do this, and if we're going to be fair to the citizens that are here in the city, if we're going to show them that we're going to act as a board, there was a motion made. We want to give proper time for a second. If there's not going to be a second, then it'll die for lack of a second. And
if it had been put on the board, it had been put on the minute, it says the mayor will speak to the public. All right, I need a motion to allow the mayor to address the public. Motion?
Motion.
Second? The mayor has disregarded the second. I got the newspaper here. We got the TV let them know that I tried. I'm not going to take time. I was going to make a speech, but I'm not going to make a speech. But I have a couple of opinions I want to read. One opinion is, in a cold charter municipality, does the mayor have the authority to declare his position full-time or part-time? Or is it up to the board to make that decision? In a cold charter municipality, there is no real designation as full-time or part-time mayor. It is up to the individual serving as mayor to determine and devote the time necessary to fulfill the duties of the office. It is within the discretion of the governing board to determine and establish the mayor's salary. If the board determines that the duties and responsibilities of the mayor are not consistent with his salary, the individual being paid, the authority exists to adjust the salary to the work being performed. And I have two other opinions. I'm going to be through in just a minute. Don't take long to do what I have to do. Okay. Do with this. All right. This, I'm going to read them personnel. Okay. This is a letter addressed to Mayor Holder from Stephanie Mullins in real absent request. As our conversation earlier today, I feel you do not give me the same respect as the other two department heads, both of which you have granted a whole week. That's to me. But she went behind, and
Just
three
what my
of these,
legal advice is here in this meeting, no discussion.
huh? No, it's not.
Hold up. Again.
Just asking here for city protection.
For the citizen protection. Okay. That's what y'all see now why they don't want me to read these things.
Because they're not allowed. You cannot read
That's
those
for me.
things in public.
And this is about you guys.
And it's also about personnel. So why not accept that and move on?
I'm not
Is
moving
what
on. I
we're
got one
asking
more
you
to
do.
read. I got one more to read. And then I'll move on. There you go.
I'm going to ask one more time and hold it.
I'm not
While
going
you
to do
finding
it. I'm
that.
just being disrespectful. Y'all being the new.
While you finding that, if you notice, even those things have been brought up, none of that has even been brought the way this been. Why? What's the reason? What's the rationale behind the State of the Union and it's not even the State of the Union of the City of Lumberton. We got lots of stuff that's going on that we need to address.
Okay, we will address it. Okay, I just want, you know what? Believe it or not, it was by divine intervention. I give the credit to God for finding this. They sending me, getting information on me from the Attorney General at 11 o'clock last night of Saturday night. I said, let me check my email, and I saw this name Crider, knowing as I know, so I went to the Attorney General's website, and this what I just read to you, public knowledge, anywhere you can go on the Mississippi website and find it. Okay, according to this, payment to the consultant. This is an agreement made by the City of Lumberton and Andrew Beaman. I'm not going to read the whole contract. This is what it says. The consultant will be paid up a startup fee of $1,200 for forms, applications, and office supplies in accordance with his contract. The consultant will be paid at least $60 per inspection. Notice of violation is 40% of municipal offense tickets. Regardless of the amount time spent in accordance with this contract, the consultant will submit an itemized statement setting forth service rendered, and the city will pay the consultant in amount due as indicated by statement submitted by the consultant within 15 days of the receipt or at the next board meeting. This was witnessed by Susan Gildred, Deputy Clerk, and Stephanie Mullins, Deputy Clerk. Signed by Leonette Wynn, Deputy Clerk. Mayor at the time was Miriam R. Holt, and by Andrew Beaman. So it was within. It was not like I called him up here and said, you go out there and inspect that and I'll pay you. Here's the proof. Here's the document, black and white. Snow, please.
Move on.
No, we ain't going to move on.
Move on,
We
ma'am.
aren't.
Wait, hold on. At this point, I'm going to ask you to move on because it's way out of your bound right now, Miss May.
Public, am I out of my bound?
No, he out of his bounds.
Miss May hold on. There are things that
You don't want to know what's going on in the city?
I know what's going on. You want me to tell you
What's going on?
why don't you check his website that called her giving heads to people up here and her being fat and overweight. That's what he's doing.
It is a post on public webpage accusing her of giving free blowjobs to the male alderman to keep her job.